Welcome to Scribble Time with Panda. I'm your host, Nolan Lee, and it's time to draw some pandas. Today's theme will be about food. So it was a kind of a last minute theme that I came up with. And so think of some food ideas that you would like to see sketched with pandas. And if you post them in the chat or post them on Facebook or Twitter, I'll get to those and sketch them for you guys live. So let me just switch over to my Photoshop and we'll get drawing right away. So here we go. All right, so today, because it was a last minute suggestion, I'm going to give, let's see, I'm going to start with what I usually draw a lot of, which is pandas in ramen. So I'm going to just pull that up right now and we'll get started. So welcome everyone. Hope your Tuesday is going well. I just got back from a long walk and it was managed to get back here just in time for the show. I was enjoying the walk, but I realized I went down a big hill and then I had to come back up that big hill. So I had to kind of hurry up before I get to here. So I might be a little bit out of breath, but that's probably so that's the reason why I'm a little bit energetic right now. So so first let's see. So first, we'll do a panda in ramen, a bowl of ramen, and then the next one is from Hector. His suggestion is big pork chops. Okay, we'll do pork chops after that. Pork chop sandwiches? No. Okay, so first we'll just do our panda here. I kind of already have an idea of how I'm going to draw this. So the way I would draw it is I'm going to have a bowl of ramen like this. He's usually I usually have him like in the sauna right now. So it's like he's in the hot spring of ramen, which sounds pretty oily to be honest. But let's see here. Actually, let me just put this over here because his belly is going to be behind. It's going to be in front of his arm. And actually, we can make this actually a larger bowl. And then we'll just add some ripples to his line. We could add some things into the ramen. Usually there's some things like we'll add some noodles, little bits of noodles here that peek over the surface. We'll add a bit of tasyu, some slices of some pork here in the ramen. Maybe we can make even the bowl a little bit bigger too. Or actually, no, I kind of made the bowl like about this size. Yeah. I'm getting a little bit mixed up here. Hold on a second. This is what happens when you go on a big walk up a hill, a big hill. Here in Washington, we tend to have a lot of these hills, unlike other places in the country. So we'll do that. Yeah, let's take this part out. Okay, now let's get this under control. It doesn't feel like it's under control. And then we'll go and color this in here. So yesterday was a pretty busy day for me, so I unfortunately I wasn't able to get up the steampunk sketches on the website, but I will get those up shortly after this one. I'm going to spend a little bit of time just after the show to do it. So apologies if you're waiting for that, but they will be up. And also, let's see. So we have some more noodles. Maybe we have like a little Naruto. How about we add a little Naruto fish cake here? So I like to draw like a little circle to show the disc, and then just kind of work within that circle like so, like boop 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 boop. That's how I think of it mentally. So I would just draw the circle very lightly and then use that as like a guide. But I'm gonna kind of do it in my mind. So this is my magic trick. So do it in my mind. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a little swirl there. Okay, so this might be a bit tricky shape, but all you gotta do is just draw. The way you draw is to do one shape at top like this, and then draw the similar shape at the bottom, and then you'll get yeah, like that. Okay. Then we'll add our little base here. Make it pretty simple. I don't know. Maybe this could be a good T-shirt design. What do you guys think? I need to make more T-shirt designs. It's been a little bit outdated for a while, so I need to update my shop. So we have more ramen there. Maybe some bamboo shoots here. I like myself some bamboo shoots in my ramen, like that. Maybe add some steam. And there you have it. So there's your panda chilling out in the bowl of ramen. Okay. And then next we'll do pork chops. Let's do a pork chop ramen. Boy, there's something that's gurgling within me. Maybe food wasn't the best topic to pick for Scribble time, because I'm getting a little bit famished here. All right, pork chop. I'm gonna do a pork chop panda. Now the question is, do I do a boneless or do I do a bone-in pork chop? I think I'll do a bone-in pork chop because maybe that's a little bit You're gonna draw him with like, then just have him holding the pork chops, like so. Now the way to make this not look like it's to not make it look like it is, let me just double check what my shapes are looking like. I think it's supposed to go like this. The bone's actually on this side. Or maybe it's on this. Yeah, maybe it's on this. I think it's on this side. Yeah. Usually I do the bone like here, and then the pork chop kind of connects like this. So to make this not look round, like he's eating a drumstick, what you do is you add, so first you draw like the outline shape, and then what you do afterwards, here, let me make it a bite mark like this. Then you add a similar bite mark like this, and you connect the edges, the corners, and you end up with what looks like a flat shape. And so you can also add like grill marks too, because it makes that look, maybe that helps to make it look flat. Maybe a couple specks to make it look like he's eating meat. So I always like to add like a little bit of cheek like that. Hector, you are providing some really good suggestions. I like them. I like how this man thinks. Okay, so we're gonna do another pork chop here. Double fisting pork chop chomper. Do another one where we do some more grill marks. He's got his pork chop. Let's see. Okay, so we got a pork chop panda. Okay, next would be, hi Lincoln, welcome to the Scribble time. Feel free to post your food topic suggestion, and I'll do my best to sketch it. So we're gonna do. Hector says, 8-foot sub sandwich, or something to eat or snack on. Oh. Actually, let's just do the sub sandwich. So I'm going to do a sub sandwich. I'm going to turn off this ramen one for now, and we're going to do sub sandwich. Let's do it like so. Let's first we make. Of course, the sub sandwich is named after its appearance to look like a submarine. So I'm going to start with that. Let's add some stuff to this sub. Let's add some tomatoes. Some tomatoes. You know, and then we're gonna add some salami. You know, so they fold that meat over. This is making me really hungry right now. I could always go for a good pastrami sandwich. Okay, I'm more of a hot sandwich type of guy than cold subs, but you know, they have a special place. Okay, so then we have that. We gotta add some lettuce, maybe some lettuce, like some really. If you want to make something look real leafy, just make it really wiggly looking, and then that can kind of make it feel like lettuce. Okay. And then let's see, what else is there? We can do maybe we could do some sauce just sticking out of the sandwich and just making a mess. Bloop, 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 bloop. Here, we'll just do the underside of our. We won't make it too thick because, you know, otherwise it'll start looking like a hamburger, and we just don't want that, do we? Or do we? I think I prefer a good burger over a sub, though, to be honest. Are there people in there who eat burgers? What's your favorite burger? Name your favorite burger in the chat. I think one of my favorite burgers is probably, I don't know. I always like the experience of an In-N-Out, but I'm starting to to appreciate Shake Shack because I live right next to one, so I'm a little bit biased towards that. Katsu Burger in Seattle is also pretty good. I have my artwork there, by the way. Just a little promotion for my own work. Okay, so I got my sub. Five Guys is pretty decent. I haven't eaten at Five Guys for a while though, so that's also pretty good. That's probably one of the best bangs for your buck. Okay. And apologies to anyone who's actually vegetarian at this point. I usually have these kind of conversations where I'm like, "Oh, what's your favorite like burger joint?" And they're like, "I'm usually vegan." But I also feel free to tell me what your favorite, what place does a good vegan burger too. Okay. All right, let's give him a captain's hat. Put a little panda in there. Little panda ear. Let's add a little hatch to get. Let's add a little fish here. This would feel like a very soggy ship, to be honest. Okay, so there we got our submarine. Let's see. Panda in broccoli suit with giant veggies around him. Oh, Hardee's. Okay, I actually haven't had Hardee's yet. I have seen Hardee's though. Wait, no, I did have Hardee's. I thought it was. I can't really remember it. I think I had it in Toronto, if I remember right. Or is that another one? Yeah, that might be another branch. I think that was something else, to be honest. Okay, so this is broccoli panda. Okay, broccoli panda surrounded by giant vegetables. Interesting. Panda with roasted duck. Oh, okay. Oh man, we're getting. Okay, let me draw the broccoli because we gotta get our vegetables here in the broccoli suit. So well, let's do. So since he's wearing a suit, we're just gonna draw this. It's gonna be a pretty stout. Stout panda. Let's see. Let's cut out some holes for him. Actually, let's remove that part. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna cut open, give him some holes for his arms, because maybe he's advertising on the street to eat your veggies, because it's like those sandwich board guys you see selling or spinning a sign for mattress sales. Is that a thing still? Probably not. Okay, and then okay, we're gonna put his feet here. Okay, and then he's like, it's like, what am I doing here? I think one of the things I really appreciate about my having come up with this panda character is like, it's this default face can actually say a lot in many situations, just how ridiculous and how sometimes he looks like, what am I doing here? Or sometimes he's just like, kind of deal with it type of attitude. Okay, so drawing broccoli is pretty simple. I'm going to turn off pork chop here. Let's move over here. And so the way I would draw broccoli, because there's all these little tiny florets, because it's important to not get too caught up in the details and having to draw every little bump or little stipple. So what we have here is I'm going to just do a broad overall shape, like a big cloud, and just connect it to the base here. Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be my leaf. Connect it like this, so it looks like a big puffy cloud. And really, if you guys haven't figured it out by now, but broccoli is a flower, so it's basically the giant, it's the blossoming flower of a cabbage or something like that, or something like. I think that's how they're related. But anyways, but the way to make it feel like to get all those little dipples and those little florets, you just only had to add a little bit of texture here and there, and a little bit goes a long ways. So you don't have to do it like cover the whole thing, but you just do it in certain areas, and then that kind of tricks your mind into thinking that, oh, this is the whole, this is the way that the whole thing is, And I'm gonna add a couple dark areas here to kind of make it feel like there's some, branches. I think what's cool about broccoli is that it looks like a tree, so like if you want to get a reference for drawing trees and like for miniatures or something like that, or models, you can always look at broccoli Okay. And then I'm gonna turn off the sub here. Let's turn off the subs. Let's turn off the sub sandwich because let's get our giant vegetables. Actually, let's draw some more pandas with wearing vegetables instead. So this will be a giant carrot. Sometimes there's little hairs on them, or not hairs, but they're roots, little straggling roots, like so. So this will be an upside down. This will be another upside down, yeah, vegetable. Let's see. He's like, why is this? Why are we doing this? Okay. I'm just drawing his legs here. It's okay if you can erase a little bit. I'm getting a little bit messy here, but it's okay. Just trying to get the point across. Okay, now we're gonna do, sorry if that took a little bit of time. We got Eric say, hey Eric, Panda with roasted duck, and then there's also Panda sleeping on a Chinese barbecue pork bed. Ooh, and Shake Shack. Oh yeah, yeah, Shake Shack. I think the thing with when I first had Shake Shack, it was in New York, and I think I was a little bit off because it was like summer in New York, so it's like really hot, kind of cranky, and then you hear people talking about Shake Shack and how great it is, and then you get there and it's like, I mean, it's a lot more expensive than a roasted duck. Let's see. Yeah, more expensive than say In-N-Out. But I do have to say, like, it does, like after having gone there a few times here in Kirkland, it does hit the spot at times. So I know like In-N-Out has that California vibe to it, because when you're traveling there or you're visiting, it's like, oh, you gotta get an In-N-Out burger. Okay, so roasted duck, Panda with roasted duck. Let's see, Panda with roasted duck. I'm gonna do this more traditional, so so I'm gonna have him. So normally, like, roasted duck has they usually have like a little either a pillowy or I'm gonna use the pillowy bun, but sometimes it's flat. But basically, it's like this little bun that kind of comes with it that you can add. That you can add the duck, and then the duck has the you also have scallions on it too, so I'm going to put some scallions there, and then you eat it like a sandwich and you add some hoisin sauce. Oh, so good, man. This is not a good idea to do this right before lunch, but at least my stomach has stopped growling for now. So this might be a little bit of a weird drawing. We'll see. It doesn't look weird now, but maybe I'm gonna make it weird pretty soon, or awkward. So be prepared. Don't worry, it's a family friendly show. So stay tuned. So he's eating. And usually, like, the roast duck is kind of served like, you know, kind of like, think of it as like a flat shape. Okay. So one of the things about drawing food is like it's a pretty interesting challenge because we all know what food looks like and tastes like, and so we all have that experience of what it should look like, and so if you're able to draw food really well, it should also look pretty appetizing at some point at the same time. So I was like, the movie that always comes up to mind when I think of food is Ratatouille, and they spent so much time researching how food should look, and that when they actually translate it to 3D, it looks amazing because they've done the work and the homework trying to make sure that that feels as authentic as possible. So like, even though it's computer generated, even though it's just pixels on the screen, they can manipulate it to make it feel like this is actually really real food, which they actually based it on. If you guys didn't know, it's also based on like they consulted Thomas Keller, the French Laundry in Napa Valley, which is the, you know, at many times in history has been like the #1 rated restaurant in the world. So they definitely got their help. Okay. And then let's just let's add a plate under here for him. Okay. Let's add a little glass here. You might hear someone there trying to get into the studio at the moment. And this is where we're gonna have oh, who's this? Who's he having lunch with? Oh, this is, huh? Oh, it's his friend, not the duck. Oh, wait, this is kind of awkward now. Actually, I probably here. Let me just redraw that a little bit. So let me get rid of all that stuff. So you guys don't have to draw all this shading. I'm just gonna, all this shade can go away. There we go. So that you guys can color that in later in the coloring sheets. Okay. Actually, let's make this even weirder. Let's make this even weirder. Let's see here. It's like, what? What's going on here? What's he eating? Anyways, I like to make kind of weird, funny drawings like that. It's like, what? Okay. Let's see here. So we have roasted duck. I'm gonna put that there. Let's put this off to the side. Okay, Panda sleeping on a Chinese barbecue pork bed. All right. So this is the next one. I love Chinese barbecue pork. It's one of my favorite meals that I like to make. And I have fond memories of. I have a funny memory when I was in Hong Kong where actually Where'd my water go? I guess my water left my water out. So I was in Hong Kong one time, and then we went to let's see. Okay. So one of the dishes is that they serve over there is this BBQ pork rice plate, and we ate. My wife and I were eating lunch with a friend, and when they were getting ready to eat, they had like a pot of tea that they poured us 3 glasses, tall drinking glasses full of hot tea, and so I was kind of thirsty, so I like started sipping it. But then immediately I noticed that my wife and my friend, who was living in Hong Kong at the time, like they got their chopsticks off the table, and they dunked them in the tea. And I realized what they were doing is they were sanitizing the chopsticks in the tea, and I'm not supposed to drink that tea. So yeah, so that they're like looking at me like, what was I doing? Yes, so don't drink the tea. Okay, so drawing barbecue pork is pretty challenging. It's usually, I think, let me see if try to get some reference here. I think most of the time it's very dark glaze. It's usually served with rice and veggies on the side. So I'm going to put some veggies here just to kind of make it feel like some green leafy vegetables. Yeah, so when you're in Hong Kong, and they're serving you like this random tea that's not in the regular teacups, don't drink it. I didn't get sick or anything, thankfully, but I mean, because they're sanitizing the. Okay, so I'm gonna just do the. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? Okay, so we'll make the rice all puffy like this, and then actually we'll just serve the pork like this. So usually the pork has like, it's been marinated, it's been roasted for a long time, and it's you know, it's kind of like actually I'm having a little bit trouble trying to get this to work because he's supposed to be sleeping on this thing too, right? So let's put the panda like this. Just put his head like that. And I'm gonna draw him. So that's how you draw barbecue pork. Something like this, where I could sleep on a bed of barbecue pork right now. Okay. It's tasty. Man, you guys are making me hungry. Okay, why did I choose this topic? And you know what, for the future drawing, so actually when I want to announce for Friday stream, I'm planning to for a future stream, I'm wanting to I'm opening it up for people who want me to submit their drawings and have me do like a different take on their drawings. So feel free to submit your drawings and tag it with Scribble Time or Punching Pandas, and then I'll redraw them in a few, or I'll resketch them during a future stream. So get a chance to have your work featured and see what my interpretation would be like on them. So okay, so that's so that's our panda sleeping on a bed of tassu. Let me just clean this up a little bit here. Add a little bit. The way to do that, I would be like, okay. Now, next would be, whoa, what happened there? Pudding panda. Let's do a pudding panda. Okay, I'm gonna take off our roast pork, put it for our roasted pork panda here, and we're gonna do a pudding panda. Let's see. How about we do pudding? What kind of pudding? I guess we'll do like the inverted one where it's like a thing like this, right? Maybe we can make it a little bit messier. Man, I'm getting hungry. Okay. So you can just do a little plate like that. Draw a little dish. Add some indentations from the mold. Or usually they go like. Actually, growing up, I used to eat a lot of Jell-O. That was a dessert that my parents would make a lot of. Add little bits of fruit cocktail into it, and call it good. And I used to, like in college, I used to remember in the cafeteria they would have like little vats of Jell-O and little tubs of Jell-O, and I would order them. It's like I would pay $1 for them. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, you can go to like the grocery store and like buy like a pack for like 10 cents and get way more Jell-O. But I always had a craving for them. I'll have them exploding out. This is yeah, maybe I should make like a t-shirt, bunch of t-shirts out of some of these. Maybe you guys can vote on which ones are you want to see as a t-shirt. Okay, so there's our pudding panda. So what we got next is a panda eating noodles. Okay, so I did like a ramen one earlier, but I'm gonna do one where it's just a panda eating noodles. So I'm gonna put that there. Here, let's put our barbecue pork down here, and then we could draw panda eating noodles. There's something very comforting about noodles for me. I tend to like very thin noodles, kind of like egg noodles from like the 1-ton noodle soup, and I was just commenting the other day that to my wife about I like udon noodles, but I don't like crave them as much though as like ramen noodles. And also cheap ramen noodles are really like, I don't know, I crave those a lot at times. I don't eat them as much as I want to because they're not exactly the healthiest thing. They're pretty much like junk food in noodle form, but they're so good. And you know, the proper way to eat ramen and noodles is always to slurp them as loudly as you can. I don't know if that's proper etiquette for like pho. I guess I've heard people slurping with pho, but not. It doesn't seem like it's as dogmatically instructed as in ramen. Like I don't have people saying like, "Oh, this is the proper way to eat pho." I could be wrong, but if anyone knows, let me know. Is it polite to slurp? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna make this a little bit more interesting. Let's do this. He's gonna have some condiments off to the side. I usually like a little chili oil with my soup. Maybe there's a couple jars of who knows what. Maybe soy sauce and vinegar. Maybe there's a little salt shaker here if you want, or maybe there's like a little dish of some other types of condiments and so forth. And because let's make this feel a little bit more like what you would see in Asia, where it's like a plastic table. Here, I'm going to turn these guys off because I think we moved on from them. Or I'll put them up here. Yeah, how about that? Because this will allow me to have some more room. So we can just do like well, this table leg can't be too high because the panda's not that tall, but you know, he can be sitting on a little plastic stool. I've seen this in my travels to Cambodia and Taiwan and Hong Kong and just Thailand, so they have a lot, you know, it's very basic eating. No frills, but mighty tasty. I almost feel like I enjoy these types of eating experiences more than like going to a fine dining restaurant. Well, also that because I'm not going to fine dining all that often, to be honest. Especially these days. Okay. Yeah, so we have the table. Maybe there's some splotches on the... let's see. Let's give him a little beverage here. I'm going to just take this out. Put a little cup of water. Maybe a Coke. I don't know. Could be something. Anything. Could have a dish. A couple dishes. Condiments are where it's at, man. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are at 11. We have about a few minutes left. I'm gonna do one more. Let's do one. Let's do the Fruit Ninja here. And for some reason, I'm getting a lot of lag with my computer, oddly enough. But so far, the stream shows it's working. But let's do Fruit Ninja. I'm gonna turn off the BBQ Pork. Let's move our Noodle Panda over here, and so whenever I'm drawing pandas doing things where it's like, they're doing different poses, sometimes it helps to look at reference a lot, like from photos, and just try to understand and study and learn how to, what makes a pose feel like a pose. So for example, if you're doing a chop, right, I'm going to do a chop like this. I'm going to give him a little ninja mask. This is, boy, that's an old school game. Well, I don't know how old school it is. I mean, it's not, I don't know if it's currently popular again, but be like, what you are? So we'll do this where he's like, ciao. By the way, Hans, I know Hans was mentioning in the chat earlier about drawing Lightning McQueen. Sorry if I didn't want to ignore your suggestion, but it was just today that we decided to do food. So we can revisit it again because there's plenty of other. I haven't drawn everything in the world yet, so let's move this over here. Let's move our panda over, and so I'm sure we'll have more opportunities to do that. So like we'll go and we'll like maybe we'll cut a watermelon open. So we'll draw one half of the watermelon there, and we'll draw the other half of the watermelon like so. In watermelons, I like to draw stripes like this, wavy stripes. Like so. Add some little juice. So I kind of draw just parallel lines, and then I can just add little black seeds in it, kind of closer to the middle because that's where seeds tend to be. They don't really tend to be on the outside. Okay. I can take suggestions I'll take one more suggestion. So if you guys, so I'm wrapping this up, feel free just to post this last suggestion, and then that'll be the last drawing of the stream. So type, hurry. Okay. And then he's a ninja, so we'll make him a little bit more. Maybe we'll give him a belt. suggestion for. Okay, well, doesn't look like there'll be one more then. Don't see anybody typing, but let me do one more, and I'm gonna do a. How about a? Well, I can just do like my usual coffee panda. I tend to do this coffee panda. So our coffee panda is going to be in a cup. It's a fancy cup. A little saucer. And we'll add a handle to it. And I'm just going to make this like a cappuccino, which is like a steamed steam foam on top of. He's gonna have all this foam on top of his head. Maybe I'll go like this. Okay, well, thanks a lot, guys. I think this is going to be wrapping up. I'll just wrap this last drawing up for our scribble time today. Again, if you would like for me to just take any drawing that you guys have and redraw it in your style, I'll do it on the live stream. For a future event, maybe this Friday if I receive enough submissions, but I want to be able to get enough submissions so that I have enough to fill up the hour. So feel free to send your drawings of your spaceships, your dog, horses, whatever, or just monsters. And yeah, actually that'd be a good one if you could come up with like maybe even monster drawings, because that definitely helps out a lot. So feel free to just tag those, post those on social media, or use your parents' social media, or ask your parents to do it for you. Yeah, don't do it without the permission. Don't get in trouble. And so I send those over, and I'll sketch those live on the next or on the upcoming live stream. So there's a coffee panda, and oh, we can also have some cake too. A nice slice of cake with some filling in it, maybe some little bit of frosting, and let's add a little strawberry on top. So it's a strawberry cake for garnish. It's making me so hungry right now. Add little dots to kind of show the little air bubbles in the cake because it's like nice and fluffy. Okay. And there we got our dessert. All right. Well, thanks guys for joining me on today's Scribble Time. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. And if you would like to be able to have me draw other types of topics and themes, feel free to post a comment in below after the video is finished up and uploaded to YouTube, and then I'll add those to the schedule later. And I'm just to give an update, so I'm trying to work on making a set schedule, so certain days would have certain themes and certain days would have different workshops. So I'll be posting that. If you guys can go over to punchingpandas.com, you can subscribe to my mailing list if you like what you see, and then you'll get updates from me about all things Punching Pandas. So again, thank you a lot. Thanks a lot for sorry, I'm talking too fast, but thanks a lot for joining the stream, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the rest of your weekend. So feel free to subscribe and like this video because it helps me a lot. So have a great weekend, guys. Stay healthy and see you later.